The Spin-Off Podcast Network.
This is Kiwi is back for a brand new season with more inspiring kōrero from special guests including rugby player, father and role model TJ Perenara.
My family bring me joy. Rugby brings me joy too, but it's not the same joy as my family brings me.
And global dancer and choreographer Kirsten Dodgen.
For some reason, people think I'm very intimidating.
Listen to the new season of This is Kiwi, brought to you by the Spin-Off Podcast Network in collaboration with KiwiBank. Available now wherever you get your podcasts.
Kia ora, I'm Duncan Grieve, founder of The Spin-Off. You can help us keep all of The Spin-Off's award-winning journalism free for everybody by becoming a member today at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
It's Street Week on The Spin-Off. We're looking back over 30 years of Shortland Street, New Zealand's longest-running soap opera. And we've got more dalliances, drama and death than you can shake a stethoscope at. If you want to know everything that's worth knowing about Chris Warner's love life, the story behind the iconic theme tune, and the best local to visit for a yum panini, head to thespinoff.co.nz for Street Week right now.
The Real Pod is brought to you by our good friends at Nando's. They've got restaurants across Aotearoa, and if you order through the Nando's app, you can collect Perry Perks points to redeem for delicious rewards. Hit nandos.co.nz to learn more and start earning.
What mug are you rocking there? You've got a...
I'm rocking a little peanut. A friend is someone who'll do anything to cheer you up.
Oh,
and then it's
nice.
getting a little kiss there.
It looks like an unwanted kiss, though, can I just say, which is cancelled.
Who's the lady?
It's Lucy.
Lucy is recoiling.
She is absolutely recoiling. I have the sheep shagger mug, also problematic.
2 problematic mugs today.
Sums us up, really, doesn't it? Kia ora e homa, welcome along to The Real Pod. My name's Jane Yee. I am joined on the dance floor by the lovely Alex Casey.
Hello, Jane.
Very nearly, very nearly did a no-show. Because
Me?
Well, yes. Because like Eric and like Rhys, you've got the COVID.
I was visited by the coronavirus fairy, and but I'm okay. Okay, I am not joking. I can see Lance Savali.
Yell out.
No, I can't.
Yell out the window.
I can't.
Yell out the window.
I can't. Joe, go look out the window. Oh, you missed it. I saw him. Does he have a dog? I have been visited by an angel, another angel. The coronavirus fairy and the Lance Valley angel, 2 different angels.
Honestly, what a time to be Alex Casey.
Oh my God. He's got a dog. Did you know that?
No.
Dog's not on a lead.
I'm just going to quickly check his Instagram and see if he's...
Dog's not on a lead. But it's definitely him, as I can see his agua hair from here. Wow, that is a great omen. I'm cured. Shall we talk properly?
Okay.
So I joined the COVID-19 Dancing with the Stars cluster in a lot of ways, apart from the fact that I am not a star and I didn't get it from Dancing with the Stars. But I did get COVID last week.
Okay, I wasn't actually on the pod last week because I was sick with that other pandemic, which is called not COVID, just a cold that makes you think you've got COVID. Yes. And you don't have COVID, which is fun. But the week before that, we were talking on pod about how you felt that you might be some sort of immune unicorn. A municorn. That's a great word.
Oh my God.
An immunicorn.
I didn't have the confidence of Duncan. Duncan thinks he's an immunicorn. I am kind of the other way where I think I constantly have it, but showed no symptoms and just give it to everybody.
Yeah, you thought you were a carrier.
I thought I was a carrier.
Yeah.
Turns out, maybe true. No, I caught COVID after my risky weekend, getting out there, going to the Taylor Swift party. I caught COVID the next weekend at a Scrabble tournament.
Was it actually at the Scrabble tournament you caught it?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
It was, because a couple of other people have gone down with it since. And I came second to last in the entire competition. Second to last in the D grade, and then I caught COVID. So is that insult to injury?
I don't know. I feel
Surely.
like the Scrabble Fairy's trying to tell you something.
Also, COVID, not even a Scrabble word. Really rude. Because it's a high value letters.
Look, that is wild. And just, again, further evidence as to why you should not have a social life like myself.
Yeah, well, the evidence is stacking up for you at this point. Because
Thank
it
you very
was
much.
quite rough. And I do want to say, like, I am nearly on my last day of isolation. I am feeling much better, like I'm through it. I wouldn't be podcasting if this was a few days ago. Because it was, like, pretty brutal. Like, when Eric was talking on Dancing with the Stars about having a dark few hours there, I was like, I felt that. I was there.
36 hours specifically for Eric.
I don't know what mine is 36, but God almighty. I caught hellflying because I thought I needed an oximeter.
Yeah, we did do a rushed inhaler drop over to Alex. And it wasn't of a huge amount of benefit to you, was it? Even though you were struggling with the breathing. So I thought I'll get you some Ventolin. But it didn't really work. Do we know why?
That could have had something to do with the fact that I've never used an inhaler before. And you did explain to me how to use it, but I have brain fog. So I wasn't A, listening at the time, and B, didn't not recall anything that you told me. So I tried to use it with the cap on repeatedly.
Honestly.
And was really confused.
There is not a single thing in our lives that we don't real pod. It's
No.
truly. Hey, I've got a package here for you, Alex.
Please, can we open it on pod?
It feels like it's been such a long time since I received any tat, so I ripped mine open as soon as it arrived yesterday. But
course,
I'll open
of
yours
course.
for you because obviously Alex is at home, so she can't open it herself. So
this is a package for Below Deck Down Under.
Below
correct?
Deck Down Under. So that starts tonight. If you're listening to this on Tuesday, it starts tonight on Bravo at 9:30, and then we are recapping it. So there'll be a recap out tomorrow, first thing, in the Real Pod feed. A recap of episode 1. I'm just undoing the beautiful white.
It's a
and blue
sizable
ribbons.
box, I will say, for the people at home. So I am watching Jane on the Zoom screen, and it looks like the kind of thing that would have a cake in it to me.
It's okay. Just I just want to manage your expectations in terms of food.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, it's a big box.
Opening the tissue.
Blue tissue paper. That looks lovely.
There is,
Hold on to that.
There's a little card here that says, "Welcome aboard. We're thrilled to introduce you to the brand new series Below Deck Down Under." We are familiar. Join Bravo's favourite New Zealander, Aisha Scott, as the new Chief Stew and the crew for an unforgettable adventure in the Whit Sunday. Sounds lovely. So, is it an invite to go and join them on a boat? No. While the show's charter guests might be living it up in the sunshine, it's only getting colder here in Aotearoa. We hope these goodies will keep you warm and cosy while tuning in to watch. And what you have is some
Hottie.
some coffee, some lovely coffee, milk chocolate and citrus flavour. It's sweet.
Ooh.
It's like you, Alex. It's sweet and complex. But more
Love
importantly,
that. And it's supreme. That's nice.
your own mug with your primary charter guest, Alex, written on it.
Oh my God, that is the sickest mug I've ever seen.
Yeah, this is all yours.
So it's a primary charter guest,
Primary
Alex.
charter guest, Alex.
Holy shit, that's going straight into our cupboard, and Joe is going to get so annoyed. He hates my novelty mugs.
So Duncan and I also got them. So 3 primary charter guests. The good thing is, preference-wise, all the food for me, anything except mushrooms.
Except mushrooms.
Except mu-
Everything else.
Yeah, I think so.
How are you with onions?
Yeah, good with onions. Love an onion.
I think I would want to just say everything because I'd want them to surprise me. I'd want the chef to really, live out his chefy dreams.
Yeah, and we'll talk more about chefy dreams and surprising guests and so on in our Below Deck Down Under Recap podcast coming to you in this very feed tomorrow. We've got 2 episodes of Dancing with the Stars to recap before the final, Sunday night. I think it's just the one ep on Sunday night, the big grand final.
I can't believe when they were like, we're at the semi-finals. I was like, excuse me?
Yeah, and how's the semi-final got like 6 competitors in it?
It's really
5.
confusing, the whole thing.
It is.
It is like the chaos. It's a chaos pod.
It is.
You're doing a chaos pod.
Look, I feel like who's the pod? Who's the real pod here? Is it us or is it them? Because they have real podded this season up a storm. For a
The lines are
start,
definitely blurred.
let's talk about the fact that Vaz is not only back in the competition but survived elimination again. There's not a week gone by where he hasn't been in the bottom 2, right?
True.
Like,
I love it.
it's just absolutely bonkers.
Vaz to win. Vaz to win.
So people have caught COVID. People have been sent home when they shouldn't have been because they were exceptional dancers like Sonia and Eli. And Vaz has just been very stubbornly still in the competition. It's just been a very wild ride.
Because the BBC rules dictate that it must be the last eliminated contestants, not the glorious dancers who went home at the start.
Yeah.
Too soon.
I mean, I feel like there's so many rules I'd like to bring into this show. Like, you know, when you're bringing people back in to do the trios, I feel like that could be a public vote thing. Like, who do we get in? It's just, there's so many options.
I think we should cancel the trio dancers. They give me the fucking creeps.
Because there's at some point, somewhere in the trio dance, they're sandwiched, eh? Like every single time.
It's just too much. And it's so funny when there's like the third person who's like, da 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 da, like just walking behind them with one arm on one shoulder. I mean, it is quite funny, but.
Well, my favourite is when they're in classic,
chaos.
like the classic dance pose where it's like, a arm around the waist and the other arms are outstretched together holding hands, and then the other person is like clutching onto their elbow and their other shoulder.
It's just so funny. And that's the real pod as well, to be fair.
That's true. That is true. We should mention that Duncan's not here. He's very busy. I caught him in the kitchen just before we started making a coffee. So very busy guy.
Flat out.
Nah, he said his reason for not being here is I'm absolutely fucked. So
Oh my God.
yeah, he's got a lot on. He's a lot on. Busy man. But that's okay because he's going to be on the Below Deck pod. Okay.
Busy man, a lot of meetings. Was he using his new mug?
No, he hasn't even got it yet. It's sitting over there somewhere, sitting on the floor by TI here.
Oh my God.
So I'll take that to him after and share him up. But
share him up,
he's also going to be here for the big dance finale, of course, the recap.
Can't wait.
If you want to join the conversation, as they say on breakfast shows and the like, go to facebook.com/groups/Real Pod Corner. You can find us on Instagram also. The Spinoff Podcast Network is our handle. Right, we're travelling through the decades. And we're starting off with Brody and Enrique doing a lovely tango.
That was You Make Me Want to Shout, wasn't it?
Shout by Lulu. It was. There was a lot of talk about it being jive music, doing a tango to jive music. Why not do a tango to tango music or do a jive to jive music?
Yeah, I feel like the songs seldom match the thing.
It's that classic
And that's
jive
my
song, Shout by Lulu.
But what is a jive song?
A fast one? I didn't love all the tangos.
When you're walking in, you're talking in, you're a walkie-talkie man.
That would be a great jive, perhaps a quick step.
Yeah.
What happened? We'll talk about the fact they went for a lovely kayak first.
Skinny wee kayak.
Yeah, and purely to shame Enrique, really. Purely so Brody could be like, I'm good at this and you suck a bit. Which is a good energy,
and he,
to be fair.
He capsized. I was quite distressed for poor old Enrique. Where were they?
I think they were in Takapuna. I think. I don't know. There was definitely some sea and some sand.
Do you think she still would have done that if Eric Murray was still in the competition, or did she think there's only, now that there's the water guy is out of the picture?
Out.
This is my time.
Totally.
Brody's time.
She
did very well, didn't she?
She did. She had what I would call a paso face on. She had the very, the paso doble, the very strong matador face.
What is that?
The very
what is that
stern,
face, Jane?
serious, passionate face. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it when I'm not dancing, Alex. I can't just turn it on and off once I hit the floor. And did the cool, I've said the cool windmill thing. What was that? I can't even remember.
I wrote magic scarf.
Oh, is that
the same thing?
No, I think he did circles with her dragging her feet on the ground with the windmill. Was that it's nothing like a windmill, really.
That's like a new take on the dead body drag.
It's more like a dishwasher at the bottom of the dishwasher, isn't it?
Yeah. Clean the floor with the lady move.
and did a bum grab at the end as well.
Major ass grab.
Huge ass grab.
This was the most sexed up week on Dancing with the Stars I've ever seen.
It was so sexy.
It was ridiculous.
And also Clint,
it was ridiculous.
Clint continuing to stoke rumours and break up marriages. Constantly commenting on people. And Kerre with her boys at the end, that was...
Kerre and the boys, it was so full on.
full on. Anyway, judges loved Brodie's performance, gave her a 26. Congratulations, Brodie. See you in the final. Vaz and Britt danced the samba to Coco Jumbo by Mr. President.
Put me up, put me down, put my feet back on the ground. I have been singing this non-stop since it happened.
Can attest to that. Ever since she's popped up on the Zoom call, I think I've heard that song well, not the song, just that refrain about 36
Just
times.
that bit, because I don't know the rest of it. Man, Vaz is back with a vengeance, baby,
so
and
back.
a revenge body that we know he's always had, but he's never shown us with quite so much gusto.
Well, he really, really showed us. We checked before they hit the dance floor. We checked in with Eric, and on
True.
the Zoom. Do you reckon those Zooms were live, or do you reckon they did them as little pre-records?
I think knowing what we know
Knowing
as television
what we
insiders,
know.
I reckon they did them earlier.
Yeah, I agree. It would just
Too
be
risky
too
with
risky.
the internet and the problems.
Copper cables and so on.
Copper cables.
But I thought he was looking pretty healthy and well. But yeah, as he said, a pretty dark 36 hours. His girlfriend helped him out. There was the danger of a little fella running into the back of shot. These are the things that happen when you're on the Zoom. Hey.
Yeah. It did have a good like family vibe, just checking in with with Rhys and Eric at home.
Yeah.
And Rhys was just sitting in his bedroom. Yeah, I thought it was good. But no, I respected Eric for being open and honest about his COVID struggles. I don't want to keep going on about it, but it can be tough.
Yeah. And let's
Jane.
bear in mind, Eric, no ordinary human. I would have loved to have known what percentage he was operating at while he was mid 36 hour struggle. Because as we know, he operates between 96 and 98% always.
True.
And he must be
Especially
an
those pants.
exceptionally, Tia here, you've rode yourself. He must be an exceptionally fit human being, right? Like low resting heart rate.
Probably just the fittest
Yeah.
of all of the...
And COVID came along and went, Eric Murray, fittest man on the planet. I'm going to bring you back down to earth for a bit.
Take Eric down, take me down, two absolute titans.
Absolute titans.
Titans of industry.
It's a genre. Oh no, we can't make her laugh too much, otherwise she starts coughing.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so one man's COVID is another man's return to the dance floor, and Vaz texted Brittany, said, yo, we've got the call up. She left school. She's a teacher. She just left the classroom. God knows if there was a reliever organised. No idea.
Put a movie on.
Such is her passion. Straight from the classroom, wearing her jeans, to the studio and to get into some choreo, And they fortunately had started working on a dance, so they were able to pick up where they left off. But this is like a serious disadvantage. For a start, your dance partner, your professional partner's wearing jeans, and she hasn't got any of her dance shoes with her. So, number one, that's restricted. Number two, not very many days to do this in.
No.
But presumably
But
one
by
more day than
God.
Kerre. Kerre only had 2 days, so presumably Vaz had 3.
If there's one thing we know about Vaz, though, he is a quick learner, and he takes on his notes, and he works very hard.
Actually, we
And
know
that's what we
know
saw.
2 things. Also very tall. So
Very tall.
I did. There was so much shimmying. I have never seen so much shimmying in a dance as we saw in this orange number,
I loved it.
and gyrating and thrusting.
And faces like going,
Yeah.
like crazy. Yeah, Vaz is just like, I'm back, baby.
And then a strip at the end. And I have to say, I know you talked about wingspan at one point, wanting to get, we've talked about height charts, we've talked about wingspan charts. I really noticed the wingspan on Vaz on Sunday
Yeah.
night. Huge
The
wingspan.
full extend is just crazy. And the hips were going.
The hips were going.
They're going back and forth.
Not perfectly. Lance had to get up at, what's her name? Camilla's behest. Behest? Is that the right word?
Dunno.
Request, at least, to show Vaz how to do a really super sexy hip demo. And
Yeah, that was too sexy.
that was too
for the time
sexy.
slot.
Like that is, I was
They
reading.
should have blurred that out.
It's Street Week, by the way, on the spin-off, and Tara Ward has written a piece about the BSA complaints, the top 10 most memorable. We all remember them. BSA complaints regarding Shortland Street over the 30 years of Shortland Street, and a few of them were about like inappropriate for children during a family watching hour, and this was probably the sexiest thing I've ever seen in my life. So I am writing a complaint as we speak.
Someone has made a gif of it, I believe. That exact moment of gyration.
Just perfect.
God, we're creeps. Can't believe Lance just walked past. Oh, if only he knew.
You're a creep.
I can't help it that I have eyes and I live where I live.
What? outside Lance's front door.
Purely coincidental.
Lance-
Did you notice that Vaz has an outie?
I didn't notice that. You are talking about his tummy button, right?
I am talking
Yeah.
about his tummy button.
Be
Just
sure.
an interesting little bit of, representation.
Wow,
I thought.
that was-
You don't see an outie that often.
No. Well, I don't know. I don't see many.
Do you?
I don't see many tummy buttons that often.
You don't actually see that many tummy buttons these days.
I mean, there's probably you'd probably do because there's a lot of midriff wearing amongst the young people. You know, big baggy 90s jeans and then a cropped top of sorts.
That's true.
It's just that I don't get out, so I don't see them.
Right, yeah. You can't stay on outie watch like me.
No, it's true. Lance said Vaz's dance was like watching a sex scene with your parents and you don't know where to look. And I think we can all relate to that. It's an apt
It reminded
description.
me a little bit of the energy when Vaz is dancing and was looking down at his hips, like kind of surprised by his own hips, of that clip of James Corden dressed as a mouse going, "Let's get loud." just very creepy but captivating.
I think I'm looking down at his hips. That's kind of like, it's almost like some sort of Disney movie where a fairy godmother has come along and granted him the power of dance, and they're moving for the first time, and he's like, oh my God. Or one of those body swap movies, where someone
Yes,
suddenly's like
yes.
really good at basketball or something, and they're like, what? It's like that moment where he realised, I can move these hips and I can dance.
Yeah.
It was honestly a triumphant performance. Like it was
amazing.
by far and away the least awkward of his performances, and he really, really got into it. Shame he absolutely duffed it for the second dance, but anyway, we'll get there.
The shirt came off onto Electra's head. Loved
Perfect.
it.
I love Electra, by the way. I mean, James, great, but I think just Electra all the time.
Yeah.
And
Great addition. I love the
judges
this year.
are so good. This is like a great little three-piece of judging. Keep them for next season, please.
Loved it.
Dave and Christy danced the tango to What Is Love by Hathaway. Huge tune. Huge tune. And in the pre-roll, we saw the long-awaited return of a previous Dancing with the Stars contestant, no other than the world-famous Walt. Not Disney,
When
the other one.
when Walt walked in, I was like, who dat?
Which is very much how we felt when he walked into the dance floor the first time on his season, which was some time ago. Bearing in mind as well, this is the trios week, and Walt nay invited to be in the trios. Remember he could backflip, and so he just like every dance he pulled out a backflip.
Oh my God, that's right. That is amazing though for a man of his stature. Or is it easier to backflip if you're tall?
I don't know because I have never been tall.
Interesting. Something to think about. What did he do? He came in to
He talked to the BBM
talk.
cadets. I called them cadets. I didn't know what to call them, so I called them cadets, which I think is quite nice. You can use that, bada bing. And he now runs some sort of presenting, where he teaches people how to be presenters, which, given that we didn't know who he was when he first popped up on Dancing with the Stars and that we'd forgotten about him entirely since then, is he the strongest example of a successful presenter in order to be imparting this sort of information?
I think you can just ask the question.
I'm just asking.
I think if you just
I'm
ask
just
the
I'm not-
question, it's fine.
Look, I love Walt. I forgot who he was.
We all love
but
Walt.
but I still love him now that I remember. I love them.
Yeah. Na 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 coco jumbo. I just remembered another bit of that song. Without Nando's, there would be no real pod.
There'd also be no cheesy garlic pita.
Basically, Nando's changed all of our lives.
Now, we all know that times are tough for hospo, and sadly, Nando's have had to temporarily shut down some of their restaurants. So make sure you check the website to see which stores are still open before you visit.
However, if you prefer to eat at home, like I do because I'm lazy, Nando's Delivery has got you covered, and there's a nice little bonus on the side.
You can order a scrumptious meal directly from the Nando's app on your telephone or the website on your computer and earn Peri Perks points.
Once you're on the Nando's train, you are definitely not going to want to get off, and you can use your points towards future orders.
You don't get Peri Perks through other delivery services, so great hack.
If you're a fan of The Real Pod, show our besties at Nando's some love. Visit nandos.co.nz or download the app today.
At Zed, we're all about moving with the times. And now it's time to be part of the climate change solution and move on from fossil fuels. As a company providing fuel to people all over the country, we also know we have a real opportunity to lead that change. We're committed to keeping Aotearoa moving by providing the right energy for everyone. We believe that innovation in fuel and how it's used can make a huge difference to our planet. Find out more at z.co.nz.
Ready for side eyes as you try to contain your laughs? You're ready for Fleshborn and Hayley.
After showering, do you dry yourself inside the shower or outside the shower?
I've got a pretty big shower, but I just prefer to get out because you got to have the free arm.
If anybody's keeping time on that one, 55 minutes into the show before Fletch rubbed his wealth in everybody's face this morning.
From iHeartRadio, play ZM's Fleshborn and Hayley, NZ's #1 entertainment podcast. Available everywhere.
The outfits were put together by Christy's mum, we found out the next night. Didn't love these outfits, I got to say. It looked like a real Jeff's Emporium sale situation.
Oh my God, I can't believe you're talking so much shit about Kirsty's mum's hard work.
Well, at least I got her name right. It's Christy. Alex just did a coffee spit. Is it coffee? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Gee's Linctus disgusting, horrible health drink. Yeah, look, what's her name?
Christy.
Kirsten. Good job.
Good job. I think I love to see a flowy dress, and it was she was wearing like a suit pant type thing, and then a like tails.
Oh, that's right. Very long coat.
Yes, and the other problem was there was so much dry ice, so much dry ice that I couldn't see anything from mid-thigh down. So no idea what their feet were doing. I mean, that might have been strategic. I have no idea.
True. What we did see is that Dave had gorgeous guy liner on.
I actually didn't notice the guy liner.
Didn't
and to
you?
be honest, I don't think it doesn't register because unless you're doing a Chris Harris lightning crashes, no one can compete guy liner wise because that was do you remember?
That was the definitive moment.
That is my all-time favourite dance, like high-impact moment of Dancing with the Stars New Zealand. Forget Rodney Hyde
It was
dropping his
powerful.
dance partner.
The skirt?
Oh, it was so good. I'm going to watch that as soon as we finish this. I can't wait. Christy had a very terrifying face going on in this tango.
Yes, I noticed that too.
It was real intense.
Do you think she's trying to make up for the feet problem?
I don't know. I just, I think I'm a bit over the dancing and now I'm just watching the faces.
Yes.
And there was a lot of faces this week. I feel like the judges went quite easy on them. I thought it was not the best.
Yes.
Because they did this whole thing where they're like, oh, you made mistakes. You know, there were quite a few of them. And I feel like ordinarily, had the competition run as per normal, no COVID, etc., they'd be saying stuff like, at this stage of the competition, you can't afford to make mistakes. Whereas they're saying, you made some mistakes, but that's all part of it and it's cool because you're enjoying yourself. I think they're kind of like talking up the people who are there legitimately, who aren't replacing people who've got COVID. Because, I don't know, there's this weird kind of like they're the ones who should be in the final.
Also, Dave is just like impossible to critique. Like, he's so nice and he is just the ultimate high road of a human. Like, who is better than him at life?
Literally,
you know? He's so...
no one.
He does such good work that it's just kind of like, go on, go do your thing, wear your guy liner.
And
stick around.
And Christy even jumped in Sharon's booth to give him a word up, like this guy's the best. She's like grabbed the microphone, said her piece.
Yeah.
She didn't want to see him going home.
Nah. And he won't.
No, of course not.
Well, actually, no, he will, because there's only one episode left.
Yeah, and still seemingly 7 couples or something. But anyway, Jazz and Brad danced to Cha-Cha to Just Dance by Lady Gaga. They got 26 points. Jazz took Brad to Youth Line. It was very emotional.
That was
Brad
emotional.
shed a tear or two, and he's not a guy who normally cries.
That's right. And he was wearing glasses, which I thought was interesting. Did you notice that?
You're also wearing glasses, also interesting, by the way.
I know, it's just something to think about. I like seeing the dancers in their civvies, you know?
She's just got this all sewn up. She has to win. She is the best dancer left on the show. She did a great performance. The judges gave her good scores, but they had kind of weirdly middling feedback. But I think they're doing that thing where they're trying to keep everyone to see, like, who's going to win, you know?
Yeah.
Is there any public...
Jeopardy.
Is the public voting in the final?
I don't know.
Look, if we were to call this a dance show, which it calls itself, I would say she's got to win it. She has to.
She will. Right? There's just no way. There's no way she's not winning.
But
if it's public vote, she's winning. If it's judges, she's winning.
Unless she gets COVID.
And then they'll be like, please welcome to the stage, Walter.
Kerre and Jared did a quick step. Before they danced, we checked in with Rhys, looking super orange, by the way, in his bedroom.
He did look orange, but oh well. It's hard to get the balance
It's
right.
really hard. I noticed when he turned around to show us he was in his bedroom, then the white balance kind of came a bit more normal, and then he came back and he was full orange again. But it's quite good because it was orange. He had a blue background, and you know that orange and blue are very complementary colours. And if you actually do a search of like movie posters, there's like heaps of iconic movies who have used orange and blue in their imagery.
Oh,
so it's just a little bit of film. That's
purpose.
just a little bit of first year communications film paper observation for you there.
It's a bit brainy, isn't it?
Anyway, You to Me Are Everything by The Real Thing is the song they danced to. It's a quick step, and Kerre ditched 2 grandchildren to come back into the competition, pissing off her daughter because they had arranged a lovely weekend away and Kerre was going to look after the little ones. She was like, no.
Oh, I missed that.
The call of the floor. She had 2 days to learn 2 dances.
Amazing.
Just
bravo. I mean, it kind of explains her, like, her, like, panicky doing this. I'm doing, like, a really fast roll and then, like, panic 70s point at the start. Yeah. I was like, she hasn't had time to practice that, and that's fine.
No. She did have time to practice the robot, though, so much so that she kind of ditched into it early because she was, you know how there's that one move that you kind of, I don't know if she was really looking forward to it or if it was worrying her, but there was a moment just before she went into the robot where she kind of like looked at Jared, like, is now the time kind of thing, and then, the most real pod dance.
I loved it. Yeah, I texted Jane and Duncan when I saw the robot again last night saying, that is the real pod. Kerre Woodham doing that robot dance. That's the real pod. We have trouble explaining what this podcast is sometimes, but I think if you were just to look at Kerre doing that, that's us.
That's totally us.
That's everything you need to know.
I can't really say anything bad about her because 2 days. I just can't deal with the idea that she learnt 2 dances in 2 days. We know her schedule's like crazy hectic. We know she's dealing with a pissed off daughter with the babysitting situation. So there's a lot on. I do think that for the ones who came back, the choreography was probably simplified a little bit so that they didn't have to do anything too hectic. But look, Electra got her bang.
Totally.
Kerre was bloody great. Thanks very much. And then,
she has a freedom, both her and Vaz.
It's
I feel
true.
like it's like once you've been kicked out and you come back, they just have this like different energy where it's just like they don't seem to care as much.
No.
And they were both way better because of it.
We had 80s trios was the second dancers. So bunch of 80s hits. Honestly, if Dancing with the Stars was just all done to 80s music, I'd be very happy.
Would you love it?
And then they wheeled in some extras to do the sandwich dancing.
So good to see Sonia. How much extra hair did Sonia Gray have in her ponytail?
A lot of
extra
amazing hair. A lot. And I got to say, it just bloody goes to show how we would have had a real competition on our hands if she'd stayed in. If New Zealand had kept her in the show, it would be Sonia and Jazz fighting it out at the end, in my opinion.
You could definitely tell that both Sonia and Eli had this sort of steely determination in their faces where they're like, I'm going to show you, you guys fucked up. New Zealand, you fucked up.
Dave got completely lost in this dance. It was all about Christy and Sonia, and mostly Sonia, to be fair. The judges did sort of comment on the fact that he, especially for the first half, was a little bit overshadowed by his dancing counterparts. But he then brought it back, apparently. I didn't really notice. I was just watching Sonia's hair.
As Electra said, not the best threesome I've ever seen.
No.
Bit rude.
Yeah, quite rude. A lot of little lewd, rude jokes peppered throughout. Score of 24. They danced to September by Earth, Wind and Fire, in case you were wondering. Brody, Enrique, and Clint Randall returns to the floor to dance the samba.
Oh.
And I don't know what happened to this dance, and I'll tell you why.
Why?
Come On Eileen is my mandatory get up and dance song.
Is it?
You put that on at a wedding, you put that on at a work function, you put that on honestly at 4 o'clock in the morning while I'm asleep. I'm getting up and dancing, and I got up and danced around my lounge on my own in my slippers.
Oh my God. How did you dance?
Badly, obviously.
But what kind of moves? Like,
I tried to copy some of theirs, and then I did a lot of freestyling. But that song brings such joy to me in a way that I cannot explain. It's a bit like in Big Brother, isn't it? When there's a song that they play over, Big Brother plays a song.
Oh, they have to do the like funky chicken or whatever.
Yeah, that's me with Come On Eileen.
Oh my God. You should not have told me this about yourself, because now I'm going to rickroll you with Come On Eileen all the time.
I love it. I'm here for it. We all need it. I think we could do the whole nation a service by just having the tsunami loudspeakers pump out "Come On Eileen" every now and again, and the whole country just has to down tools and have a boogie.
True. It's, you could run for Prime Minister with that, I reckon. I couldn't even hear the music when Clinton Randall walked out. I remember my heart skipped a beat, and I remembered how a dancing Clinton Randall makes me feel.
and how is that?
Is enamoured, obsessed, heart skipping a beat, maybe cured of COVID. All of the things.
It should have. Imagine if there was suddenly a mass cure of COVID. Like suddenly all the reports were coming through that everyone who had COVID was suddenly symptom-free and testing negative. Everyone who had watched Clinton Randall dancing on Dancing with the Stars.
With his little backless waistcoat. Like, he looks so dorky, but God, there's something just about a man that can dance.
I feel like we should have guessed, like, you know, when they teased who was it going to be, this, that, and that. It didn't even cross my mind. It wasn't until he introduced himself as the third dancer that I was like,
really?
Yeah, honestly, I'm a complete idiot. I truly am. I've got non-COVID brain fog, which is just called being me.
It was great.
Score of 27.
Yeah, huge.
Hang on.
A lot of gyrating in a sandwich.
Who was it? Was dancing? Brody. We should mention
Brody.
him.
We should talk
We've
about
only
Brody.
talked about Clint. Brody was great. She was great. She was great. Enrique was great. It was a lovely time. High of 27. Score of 27. Brody was supposed to be dancing with Kerre, interestingly enough, but of course Kerre got wheeled in to dance on her own.
Oh my God, we haven't even talked about the dark universe of Dancing with the Stars as in the original 2020 cast.
Oh my God, no we haven't. Let's just get through this and then we'll talk about it. Great tease. Judges loved it. Mum got up for the post-match interview.
Love that.
And
Mum bomb.
She was great. Sharon told me that was her favourite ever post-dance interview.
Really?
Yeah.
Did she tell you this in private?
Yeah, just in the DMs. So,
just having a chat. I actually did go out of my way to tell Sharon that I had COVID. Just on my day where I was doing press releases to everybody saying I have COVID. I reckon Brody Kane's mum should be on the next season.
Oh, no, is your rep of the fizzy stuff or is it the hard stuff?
It's the fizzy stuff.
The fizzy. Oh, damn, I thought I was getting the hard stuff. Sorry,
No,
there was
good.
an emergency clarification needed. Breaking news. I've got 3 drinks in front of me, a coffee, a water and an arepa. I thought it was going to be the concentrated brain juice. The fizzy's lovely. It's lovely, but it just doesn't quite do the job the same way.
Not the best threesome I've ever seen.
And for those of you who've been following us for a long time, not the best pizza party I've ever been to. So if you know what that is, then you're equally as sad as us. Right. Where were we? We're in the 80s.
Next night, Vaz and
Britt
Siobhan?
and Siobhan Marshall did the Foxtrot to Great Southern Land by Icehouse. Great song, great band. First tape, actually, was Icehouse.
Was it?
Yeah, Man of
I'd never
Colours.
heard this song before, and I thought it was such a weird choice.
It was such a weird dance. It was a really strange tempo. It was bad. It was a bad dance. It didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, it was.
It never started. It never really finished. The thing I did like, though, and one of the judges mentioned it, was seeing Vaz dancing with someone who is at like a similar height to him. It completely
Yes.
changes the dynamic.
Yeah, it's true. It must be hard for him.
Yeah, couldn't save him. Well, I mean, it did save him in the end. Didn't
Yeah,
it?
well, no.
Ultimately. No, the dance
Coco
off saved him.
Jumbo saved him.
But this was like it was just bad. I'm sorry, I don't want to say
They
bad
got
things.
fives. Like, we haven't seen fives for a while.
Yeah, they didn't love it.
For at least
I didn't
a
love
week.
it. I would have loved to have seen him do like a silly dance for this one. Not a silly, but like a fun one.
Yeah, we now know that Vaz is like at his best in a mesh fest.
Yeah, yeah.
Proving his hips.
I mean, I think we could have predicted that.
We could have.
Kerry danced with Jared and Johnny, which seems like cheating to have a professional dancer as your second. However, 2 days, we'll just remind you. So she was already at an extremely unfair disadvantage. They danced the rumba to Wicked Game. Great song by Chris Isaac. This was really good. I loved this dance. I loved how much she was loving it. I just loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. She looked amazing.
I feel like just her styling on her return is just like, she looks so good. Just love Kerry now.
I love her journey, if I may use
love
the
her
word.
journey.
I love the journey.
Yeah.
I love the journey of the song. I love the journey of the dance. I love the journey of Kerry throughout this competition, in which she started out somewhat reluctantly, but going, fuck it, may as well give it a go, to just really embracing it. Like, really just, and then she's like a new woman.
She is like a new woman. She's just oozing confidence.
When she releases her book, this is going to be a major turning point in her life, in that book. Has she done a book already?
She's done several
She's
books.
done like running ones, 'cause she ran a marathon.
Running
thing.
ones, something about being in Paris. But yeah, she'll have another one on the go. She's just like, she's so charismatic. She always has got like such a funny little ditty to say, you know?
She
when
should,
she's
you know
like,
what,
darling, I'm a saber tooth.
Yeah,
like,
that was so
whoa,
good.
shit. Where did that come from?
She should get into broadcasting, I reckon.
She should.
Jez, Brad, and Eli. Eli made a return to the floor. I'm very happy about that. They danced a tango to I Can't Wait by Stevie Nicks. Got 27 points. I mean, it was great. It was a great dance, according to the people who know about dancing. For me, a bit slow. I just got a bit bored of the tangos and the rumbas and the slow things. Is a rumba slow?
Yeah,
well, I don't
got a
know.
bit bored of it too. I think it's hard when Jazz she's wowed so early on that, you know, it's hard. It's hard for her to beat her own standards.
She will
but she needs to stay in the knees. Everyone was talking about staying in the knees.
Honestly, I don't know how they knew that Dave was staying in the knees, because all I could see around his knees was dried ice. You know.
True.
The final scores, with everything all tallied up across the 2 nights, was Jazz with 53, Brodie with 53, Dave with 46, Kerry with 45, and Alex with 39, like a long way from the pack. And yet, in the big dance-off, Kerry v Vaz, it was Vaz who does as he is wont to do, just sticks a bloody round, doesn't he?
Pick me up, put me down, put my feet back on the ground. Proud of you, Vaz.
If I cast your mind all the way back 4 weeks ago when this show started.
That's crazy.
And I don't know when it was, about that though. And we met Vaz and we saw him dancing for the first time, and we said whatever we said about him. Could you imagine that he would be in the final?
No, but I also didn't imagine the final being 3 seconds later.
It's true.
You know, like I feel like normally on this show that we make, this Real Pod show, by the end of seasons, we feel like we're at the end of a marathon and we're so like exhausted and stuff. And I feel like just getting into it, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I've got 4 more weeks in me. But anyway.
Yeah, it's weird. But no, I'm proud of Vaz's weird return.
I reckon it's cool. I think Vaz is the real pod. Walt was the real pod. Vaz is the real pod on the D floor. And it's lovely to see us types represented. Us reality TV types. His star is shining. Let's talk about who was supposed to be on Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my God. El Scandalo.
So, on whatever day it was, a couple of days ago, someone found the promo for what... I didn't even realise that this many people had been confirmed. I didn't realise they'd gone through all the process of making a promo. But the 2020 Dancing with the Stars cast is featured in this promo, which is the same promo as the one we saw, aka out in the desert, with the what was it?
Llama camel.
The llama camel.
Yeah.
But Di Henwood was the host, crawling his way, thirsty in the sand, instead of Clint.
Crazy to think.
And who were the contestants?
All the celebrities. Well, no. So the people that were still there then that are there now: Brody Kane, Rhys, and
Sonia.
But there was like a whole bunch of other crazy celebs. There was Logan Dodds, the hot tradie, who you'll remember.
Yes, Kerry Lee Jewing. From the past.
Kerry Lee Jewing.
We knew about
Aisha
Kerry
Scott
Lee
from
Jewing.
Below Deck, which is the biggest, was so shocking to me to think that our girl, our chief's shoe, could have been on that dance floor.
Do you know what's hilarious when I think back? And I had a friend working on the show, and I remember her getting in touch with me and going, "Do you watch Below Deck?" And I was like, I gave it a go. And she was like, "There's a New Zealand girl on it. Do you know anything about her? Do you reckon she'd be good for Dancing with the Stars?" And I was like, But yes, I do think she would be good, is my very, very late reply. But I see you got there all on your own anyway. Nadine Higgins.
Oh, yeah.
An absolute
and she
angel.
would have been great.
She would have been.
She's so good. She does yoga and stuff, right? Ryan Bridge is so funny to me because I feel like now he pretends that he's too cool for Dancing with the Stars, but I feel like he wanted to do it really badly.
And this lives on forever on my phone, by the way. I have a copy of it. So even though it's been taken down. Is that illegal?
I think it's just
am I a
international
criminal?
waters.
Johnny
I think it's international
Tuivasa-Sheck, who of course went on to be on Celebrity Treasure Island.
That's right. Richie Barnett also joined him.
Rhys we mentioned. Who else have we got here? We've got Mary Haddock Stanaland.
Oh, yeah. Trans woman. Amazing.
And Afisa Tanu'u, who is a former rugby player.
Amazing. What could have been?
It's just
crazy to think. And there was so much we didn't know back then.
Yeah, right? That's the before times.
I wonder what Logan Dodds is doing now. I hope he's okay.
He might still be out in the desert. He's probably built himself a lovely little shack by now, isn't he? It's probably a mansion, to be honest.
Is he with Danny still? I hope so.
I don't know. Anyway, that's our show. That's our show for today. Thanks to T.I. here for joining us on the dance floor. Thank you, Alex, for joining us from your COVID hovel.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you for having me. I can't wait to see you in real life one day soon.
Same. And I just got to say, kudos to you for not missing a single podcast.
I don't know.
Because you managed to time your COVID just right to fall between episodes.
True. Titan of industry, I told you.
Yeah. It's true. Don't forget that tomorrow we are recapping the very first episode of Below Deck Down Under. It's bloody good. Not the recap, might be, I don't know, but the show is. The show's great. So Cornies, if you're looking for something new to watch on Bravo, so it's just a cheeky hour a week. It's not too much to ask, is it? So
it's really not.
9:30 tonight if it's Tuesday, Tuesday the 24th of May when you're listening to this. Make sure you watch it and then join us for the recap. Thank you for listening. Thanks, Alex.
Thank you.
Thanks, Duncan. Thanks, Joe. I've said that already.
Thanks, everybody.
And
thank you, Vaz.
Thanks, Vaz. Ka kite. From the Spin-Off Podcast Network, you've been listening to The Real Pod, with very special thanks to Nando's. It was hosted by me, Jane Yee, along with Alex Casey and, most of the time, Duncan Grieve. Tiahi Butler made it all sound good, and Rachel LaRue got us out to the world. Make sure you visit nandos.co.nz for some delicious kai.
Just quickly, if you enjoyed this podcast and value what we do at The Spinoff, please consider joining the Spinoff members. All our mahi is made possible by our members, and we wouldn't be here today without their support. Tautoko mai and head to thespinoff.co.nz/members to sign up.
Kia ora, this is Toby Manhire, here to urge you to tune in to Gone by Lunchtime, a podcast with me, Annabelle Lee Mather and Ben Thomas, tackling the world of New Zealand politics, from policy to polling, from scandal to psychodrama. Listen to Gone by Lunchtime, brought to you by the Spinoff Podcast Network, wherever good pods are sold.
Kia ora, I'm Alex Casey, Senior Writer at The Spinoff. We wouldn't exist without the ongoing support of our generous members. If you're able to, you can make a donation at thespinoff.co.nz/donate.
The Spinoff Podcast Network.